What's up, family? It's your boy John Bacon from the Bitz podcast. Thank you so much for your support, likes, and ratings. Please don't just listen, but rate me, follow me, and subscribe. This is an amazing way to offer free support. My beautiful queen and I have some books that we have written for your growth.
So the first book we have is a workbook. Actually, it's called Healthy Relationships, and this is a workbook through the lens of faith. Because what makes a relationship healthy or unhealthy? So this workbook is designed, it's a 12-week, it's a biblically grounded course, and every week has a few different principles. So some of our principles, some of our topics that we're covering are respect, cultivating security. And this is not just between a husband and wife. This is between parents, between siblings, between friends, between your bosses, employers. So it's really important, and everyone deserves a healthy relationship.
And also we have The Balanced Life by John Bacon. It covers how to be prosperous in your finances, relationships, your health, your mind, and your spirit. And we also have
The Unraveling, a creative healing journal, pinings, poems, prayers, and ponderings of my precarious life. I've had a testimony of I've had 2 brain tumors and 2 brain surgeries, and I'm super grateful, but I'm still grieving the process of healing. And this is part of the process. In this book, you have devotionals, you have prayers, and you have some ponderings. And in between these pages, there's a space for you to also be prompted to paint and to create your own, or maybe you want to write something in these books. This is part of your creative healing journal that we get to walk through together.
And you guys can just head over to Kingdom Servants First. Kingdom Servants, the number 1, st.com. And you can purchase all 3 of these books. Thank you for your support, your love, and your contributions. God bless. Welcome, family, to the Bitz podcast, where we desire for you to take the bits of information and immediately apply them to your life for success. The ground rules for our podcast is that it will always be encouraging, uplifting, and informative. The areas of life that we are talking about on the Bitz podcast is dealing with having a balanced life. Man, I truly desire that all people would have balance. And what we're going to be talking about today is what's in your heart, your core beliefs in life. Core beliefs are our most deeply held assumptions about ourselves, the world, and others. They are firmly embedded in our thinking and significantly shape our reality and behaviors. In fact, nothing matters more than our core beliefs. Why is that? Because there's 2 separate thought patterns that we have really got to work on. And I'm talking about me too. There's one thing to know to do the right thing, and there's a whole different thing to actually do the right thing. Because if I was to ask the average person how could they make more money, I guarantee you almost every person on this planet would know how to make more money. The question would be, would they have the unction? Would they have the energy? Would they have the desire to want to make that start? The reason why I got into podcasting in the first place is I love helping people start and start all over. You know, I believe in my heart I'm not the greatest when it comes to finance. I'm not the greatest when it comes to relationships. I'm not the greatest when it comes to health. I'm not the greatest when it comes to mental capacity. I'm not the greatest when it comes to having a close relationship with God. But I am really good at maintaining all of those things. I love doing it because it's always a growing process. Because I have a core belief that, man, if you get the foundation laid right, man, your life will be so phenomenal. So those core beliefs are those things that you actually do in life, not just know. Because there's a lot of people that know how to love their mama and daddy, sister and brothers, aunties, uncles, nephews, nieces, cousins, grandmama, granddaddy, husbands, wives, or kids, or cats and dogs, and all other our pets. But how many people are actually doing it? There are so many people that have resentments. There are so many people that have grudges against the people that they love, but they know deep down if they was to go to that person and ask for forgiveness, kill their pride, kill their ego, kill their emotions, all that stuff would get fixed. But will they actually go and do it? One of the episodes you're going to hear me and my queen talking about was boundaries. What are my core beliefs about boundaries? Man, you can excel at anything in life if you operate in the confines of those boundaries. Now, we have some great, we live in a great time in society now where we're always trying to break boundaries. But there are some boundaries you just won't be able to break. Man, you can't forget it. It's just going to happen according to plan. We're going to all get older. Health is going to deteriorate. It's going to get, worse. Mine ain't going to be as sharp as it always was. When we was at 18. You won't always live probably where you lived at. You won't always do the things that you used to do. You won't always have the people in your life that you've had. But it goes back to when you live within the boundaries of knowing that, man, I can be my absolute best if I understand what the boundaries are. But that doesn't mean, like, when you have core beliefs, that does not mean that those beliefs won't have to change over time. Because I'm a firm believer, man, the things that we did when we were kids, as far as and I don't mean as kids, but as when I was growing up, you would work real hard, hustle, and do all those extra hours. I mean, I used to work 2 jobs, pulling in 40 hours at both jobs, and I'm working hard, busting my tail. And I'm like, man, things have totally changed when it comes to the financial structure of things. It's almost more of what you know than physically what you can do. Part of wanting to start these podcasts, man, was to give people that were in their 20s, man, just graduating high school. I wanted to give them an advantage of knowing that, man, if you get these early foundational principles down pat, if you get core beliefs and you stick to your core beliefs, man, your life will turn out phenomenal. But you have to sit down and actually have a structure. You have to sit down and have, what are my core beliefs? What do I think about life? And am I living according to those core beliefs? Core beliefs, like I said, are those things that they're going to manifest in your life because you actually believe that they actually work. But there's a lot of things of, do I believe saving money is good? Okay, yeah, I know that. The core beliefs about our careers, man. Do we believe that that job that we're at is going to take us to where we want to be at? Whether it's career-wise, prestige-wise, financially-wise. If this is the job that I'm at, and I firmly believe that, why don't I talk up my job? Why don't I encourage people to be a part of the very company that I work for? Do we truly believe that the relationship that we're in is the one? Because if it was, why wouldn't we pour everything that we have into that relationship? So one of the questions that's crossing my mind literally right now as I'm speaking is, have you ever went all in with anything in your life? I really want you to think about that. Have you ever went all in anything in your life? The 5 areas I constantly always talk about: finances. Do you really believe that you're doing everything you can to be in the financial position that you desire to be in? Do you firmly believe that this relationship is the one and I'm willing to give everything I have to maintain and take this relationship to another level? Do I really believe that I'm in the best possible shape that I can possibly be in, whether that's health-wise or mentally? The wisdom that I need, the discernment, the understanding, the knowledge. The reason why I wanted to always maintain a body that's healthy, man, is because I've seen so many people in my lifetime that didn't appreciate the very temple that they were walking around in. And I knew deep down with everything in my being, man, I'm like, man, I know you can be a healthy 100. And if that's what God desires, that's what I want to be. So I have that core belief that, man, if I do the right things, if I eat somewhat healthy, if I maintain some kind of exercise, some kind of body movement, man, if I get the proper rest, man, these bodies were made to last till death do us part. I mean, man, we were supposed to be taking care of them. But my belief process has had me do that. Every other day, I'm doing some kind of stretching routine. Every other day, I'm doing some kind of weightlifting. Every other day, I'm doing some type of cardio. because I have a core belief that if you take care of these bodies, man, they will last. I made a vow when I was 18 that I would work out for the rest of my life. And I really believe that if you take care of your body, you eat right, and you get proper rest, I really believe 95% of the time, you're going to be a healthy person. I really believe that. But I also know that there's people in my life that I have close contact with, including my wife, that she's lived a great life. She did the things she was supposed to do. She never did drugs, very rarely drank, very rarely. And then also for her to have come up with brain tumors, where she's dizzy now in her life, 24 hours, 7 days a week, where she has headaches 24 hours, 7 days a week. So sometimes even our own belief system, it gets tested. And that's one of the things that I was tested with, even though you do everything that you're supposed to do. My wife used to be a cross country track coach, and she didn't just teach the kids how to run. She actually ran with the kids. So she took care of her body. She did all the things right that you're supposed to do, and some people would say, because she must have done something, bad, that she's going through what she's going through. But that's not the case, because we can't dictate everything of how it's going to go. Yes, I'm a firm believer, man. Take advantage of those areas that you can take some control in and actually live them things out. I'm a firm believer in that. But there are some things that's left up to God, man, that we have no power over. So it's not always, your system that you have a belief system in is tried and true. There will be things that will come up against you that will test your belief system. And so one of the things that came up against my own belief system was like, man, if you do these things right, man, everything is going to turn out right. But that's not true. So, like I said, you will always have challenges in your times of hardships, trials, tribulations, heartaches, pains, to see, man, can I be able to make it through this? With my legacy statement of wanting to love the hell out of people, man, when I was going through my divorce, man, that was rough. Was going through. You always firmly believe that when you love somebody and you love them the way they're supposed to be loved, that it's going to be enough. Man, if that person don't love themselves, I don't care how much you love them, that thing will not work out. So you got to really think, man, is this person that I'm investing my all into in this relationship, is it going to be a return on my investment? And it is, looking at it as a return on your investment, because you want to love that person with everything you got and not expect nothing in return. I used to believe that. No, when you love people, there should be some sign, some evidence, something showing that relationship is worth pouring your all into. Because it's one thing when I made a vow to my wife and on my belief system as, you marry one person, you hopefully stay with that person for the rest of your life. And it's through everything, and with the marriage we have, I can honestly say that, we say it through sickness and in health. We say it for richer or for poor. We say it for good times or bad, till death do us part. And that's our belief system. And I can honestly tell you, coming up in the next couple of weeks, we will have been married for 13 years. And it's one of the greatest decisions I ever made in my life, because of the belief system that I have, that there should be one man, one woman, and y'all give everything you got to each other. Everything you got to each other. You don't hold nothing back. And the one thing I had to learn is sometimes we don't hear stuff correctly. I'm admitting this. I don't hear stuff correctly sometimes. And one of the scriptures that I love reading is when it says to love your wife like Christ loved the church and be willing to die for her. Now, y'all heard me say it right. Be willing to die for her. But what I used to hear when I would hear that would be to kill for her. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll kill a fool, step up on my wife and think, boy, I'll knock it up. Okay, y'all excuse me, I might have to get a little graphic. But I was thinking about, man, I'm about to snap on this fool if he... That ain't what the scripture said. The scripture said, will you be willing to die for them? That's a whole different mindset right there. From killing somebody for your loved one to dying for someone. Major difference. How many times have you heard stuff that you truly believed you was really living, and then you really paid attention to what was being said? One of the things that I love working on in this new phase in my life is to really pay attention to the goals and dreams and the belief systems that I have in every area of my life. To take the time to truly pay attention to what it is that I'm doing in my life right now. I do not want to waste another second on my life of doing anything that is not being a blessing to myself or to the ones that I love. If it's just wasting time, man, I do not want to have that in my life. Yes, watch a little TV, watch a little sports, something to relax and calm down after a hard day at work. Do I spend time with my wonderful kids and my queen and go to the gym, work out? All those things are wonderful because they're part of my belief system that I want us to be whole. I don't want us to be lacking anything. We have a God that says, man, he wants you to have a life and have it more abundantly. And we want that to be in everything that we do. So part of that is, what are the things that's stopping me in my own belief system from having a great life? Because there's a scripture that says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. But let me ask you the question of this. Are you your own weapon of destruction that's stopping you from having the kind of life that you want? I want you to take some time and really think about that. Are you your own worst enemy? A lot of times we want to blame other people for the predicament we're in. A lot of times we want to minimize the hurt and the pain and the actions that we've had. We want to project on the other people. We want to downplay what we've done. We got to ask ourselves, are we the hindrances in our lives because of the belief system that we have? Really think about that. Am I able to communicate my thoughts to the people that I love? Because I know I had a tendency when I used to have my anger problem. And because of my belief system, it really was. If I get super mad, I can't articulate my thoughts, I would just start fighting people. Just throwing blows. And I wouldn't fight people. It was always dudes. Because my belief was, man, I got to get this off me. But I don't know how to get it off me. So in order to get it off me, I would just physically fight people. Physically. Just throwing blows, and I'm trying to do everything I can to get this frustration off. When in reality, I needed to learn how to communicate what I was going through and let people know and articulate my feelings of, this is what how I felt when you did what you did. This is how I felt when you said what you said. And that was part of learning a new belief system of anger is good. I believe in all of my heart, I believe anger can be a great thing. It's destructive if you carry it out in the wrong way. But also anger can be a phenomenal thing to help you live a great life, because of my role models. Martin Luther King is because of his anger towards injustice that we are blessed to live the lives that we live. It was because of Nelson Mandela, his anger towards apartheid, that we got a chance, the people got free. Because of his anger towards that. He wasn't angry at people. He was angry at the system that was causing that belief system that was causing that. And because of that, the people live so much freer and better because of that very thing. So you got to ask yourself, man, what is my own belief system and what is it doing to help me carry out the kind of life that I really want? Is my faith, my belief system, is my commitment to the project that I'm involved in, is my belief in hope. And my definition of hope is what you earnestly expect. And if you're earnestly expecting for something to happen, you will put forth an effort for it to happen. So you want to think about that with your belief system. Is it causing you to act on the very things that you say you want? Really think about that. Contemplate that. Will it, if your belief system brings you security, that's a beautiful feeling, man. Does that belief system give you the support that you need when all hell breaks loose? And in your lifetime, there's going to be quite a few times when all hell breaks loose, whether that's going through a divorce, whether that's through bankruptcy, whether that's through getting laid off a job or getting fired, if that's going through health issues where you find out you got diabetes, cancer, whatever that thing may be. What is your belief system, and will it carry you through the roughest of times? And honestly, you will never know how important that belief system is until all hell breaks loose. Man, I love you guys. So grateful for the privilege and honor to come before you. And I give you all my love. This is your boy John Bacon with another segment of Bacon Bitz. And don't forget to head over to kingdomservantsfirst.com. Kingdom Servants, the number one, st.com, and purchase all 3 books. God bless.